Hello guys, welcome back to the Willcox Hour and the start of Series 2 here on the podcast. I'm very excited to welcome a very, very special guest with over 236,000 followers on TikTok and 2.5k on Twitch. Mr. Luke Bennett, how are you doing, mate?
I'm good, thank you, mate. How are you?
I am doing incredibly well, and this is a podcast that has been so hyped by everyone in chat, and every single stream that I've come in, everyone's been asking when it's going to be, and yeah, I'm just so excited to get this going, and yeah, so we'll start with just some sort of basic questions about your TikTok, about your Twitch, things like that. So what sort of made you want to start TikTok, and when did you start the TikTok account?
Well, I've been on TikTok for a few years. Didn't start posting. It was in January. Obviously this year when Boris announced the last lockdown. I thought, you know what, I'm going to start posting now just to try and keep myself entertained through lockdown and just try and entertain others. And obviously my goal was to just hit 1k on there, just to go live. Hit that pretty quickly, surprisingly. It surprised me, to be honest. I was just doing little acting like whatever was trending. I just did little videos, stuff like that. And then it was I think it was the end of February, the Q&A section thing come on TikTok, and they introduced it. And I thought, you know what, I'll just give this a go, just see what happens. Nothing's going to happen of it. I just started doing that. And then people started to pick up on my Get Out. What I used to do, I used to tell, like, if one of my famous ones was Can't Time My Fridge. I told him to Get Out. Martin Scott Paints My Radiators, and One of My Plants was another one. I think both of them videos got over 1 million views. What was crazy, people started to pick up on that, and it was the end of March, beginning of April when I had my big peak. I think I had 10 days in a row where I hit over 1 million views.
That is
and
mental.
All the videos combined. It was unbelievable. What was crazy, obviously, and then people started to put more questions in, so I started to keep answering them. It took me 3 months to get to 100k followers, and then it took me 3 weeks to get from 100k to 200k.
That is crazy. Mental. That is mental.
It's crazy.
So we just had a question in chat. He said, Luke, mate, what would you do if Michelangelo started kissing his cardboard cutout in your microwave? What would you do?
Michelangelo, what you doing? Cutting a cardboard copy, eating the microwave. What you doing? Get it.
Love that. Yeah. So did you see the Antonio celebration last night?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. That was a great celebration. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you, like, did anyone in particular inspire you to start the TikTok, or any certain trends that you've done? Anyone inspire you? Things like that.
There's a few out there. There's one family called, I don't know if you ever heard of them, the Smithy family.
Yes, yeah. Tragedy, what happened with them?
Yeah, what recently happened with them. I've been watching them. I think I first followed them when they was on about 30k.
Yeah.
Obviously done over 2 million now. Obviously it's just general Nick, obviously, just general family. Jess and that Jack, the 2 girls and that. Obviously they've got the newborn now. Obviously Amy as well now. Just a normal family. And they inspired me from what they did. Just creating positivity on social media and that. And that's what kind of got me into doing it. But I just wanted, especially through the last lockdown, obviously it was in the winter, so people aren't going to go out more as much compared to the first lockdown when it was a bit warmer. So people are going to be indoors more, mental health. I was trying to try and bring smiles to people's faces. I was trying to get myself entertained and help with my own mental health, to be honest. And I've had people message me saying my videos did bring smiles to their face and help with their mental health. What has meant a lot to me, to be honest, because that's what I intended to do, as well as keep myself entertained, just keep others entertained through lockdown as well. So their messages meant a lot to me.
Yeah, I think you made a lot of people smile, and whenever I saw you on my For You page, I was laughing. It is just mental what your TikToks can do and how they can change people's days. Just from scrolling through the For You page, you know, like whenever I'm not feeling great, I will sit there for an hour and I'll sit there on TikTok and I'll just scroll through my For You page, and it's just the power of TikTok. Just honestly, it is incredible.
Yeah.
So have you set yourself any like goals for the end of the year on TikTok in particular? Have you set yourself any goals?
Well, the next big goal is 250,000. I'm not far off that now. I think I'm on 236k now. I'm not far off that. I mean, if I could try and hit that potentially by the end of autumn, that'd be amazing. Potentially by the end of the year, at a push, I don't know if it'd be realistic or not, but I'll be potentially happy with 300k.
Yeah.
It depends though, because it's up and down with your views and followers.
Yeah, it's the algorithms.
It depends what's going out and that, and how your videos, if TikTok put it out there more to get your views up, stuff like that, followers, stuff like that. So it just depends, but 300k would be my goal for the end of the year. 250 potentially by the end of autumn. We could hit that earlier, but obviously my next goal is 250, 250,000. But it's still crazy to think I'm saying I'm nearly at 250,000 followers on a social media platform. It's unbelievable.
That is mental. So there's something in chat which every single person is copy and pasting. So I'm going to ask the question because it's another reenactment one. So what would you do if you were driving through Doncaster and you've seen Michael Owen just snogging a brown bin? Just a random brown bin. He's just snogging it.
It's driving through Doncaster now. What's that I'm saying? Oh God, what are you doing? Snogging a brown bin. What are you doing? Stop doing that and get it.
Love it. You're kicking him out of other people's houses now. You just love to see it. So Joe, I'm going to ask one more that I've seen in chat, and then we'll just get back to sort of the interview questions and stuff. So, what would you do if you saw Cal the Dragon eating the carrots in your fridge?
Oh, so look in my fridge. Cal the Dragon, what are you doing? Eating the carrots in my fridge. What are you doing? Stop doing that and get it.
Love it. I am loving this. It's just great. It's great how you think of these on the spot as well. Yeah. How you can just act it instantly, and you know it's even better when you get to see the reenactment when you put your phone down on the floor and you're like, was it like there was an oven one, wasn't there? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Who was it? Was it Kante?
I think it probably was Kante, someone like that in my office. Yeah. I've had ones in my washing machine as well, in my cupboard.
Yeah.
In the wardrobe, there's loads of people.
It's great. It is honestly, it's so iconic. And then, as I said to you before the stream, I said it's just that phrase is just so iconic. The phrase "get out" is just so iconic. And honestly, it comes in my everyday vocabulary at this point. It's just so iconic. And what do you think made it so iconic? Why is it so iconic?
See, people have asked me like how did you become obviously famous by doing that, and I don't really know. I don't know if it's the way I do it in my hand actions, the way I say it sometimes, like get it, like that. Yeah. I don't know if it's the way, obviously, when I say do not come back and do not again, and then kick, like boot them out. I don't know what it is, but people have said it might be because of your hand action or the way I say it, like get it, like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think it's probably the way you say it. I think that's probably what it is. I think that is just because everyone else says it the same way as you because of it. Like no one says get out in their own voice. You know, it's because the way that you say it. That's the reason that everyone does it. And as I said to you, I was just out in town and I was talking about you, and instantly, as soon as I mention your name, everyone just goes get out. You know, it's the first thing that everyone thinks of when they hear your name, and it's just so big. It's just surprising how one line can just be that iconic. And as you said to me before the stream, you're just walking through town and people are shouting at you, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I was at I think it was not the Spurs game, the Celta Vigo game.
Yeah.
And we played I was sitting in Safe Bank at Wolves, and those people started to get out chants in the Wolves in the stand and that.
That's great.
And Troy Jimenez turned round and like smiled. So I'm guessing they've all got to see my thing.
I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have.
It's crazy. Just
That
like
is
when I'm even at the football, they just.
that is the craziest thing. Is that you think some of these players that you are watching and you've grown up watching through supporting Wolves, and now they've seen you, they know you.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they asked for a collab? You know, you come down at half time, crossbar challenge.
Oh, that'll be crazy. The one thing what will be crazy as well, if like any footballer just scored and did like my get out thing as a celebration.
Yeah, that would be hilarious if they went up to the camera.
Yeah. I did have. I don't know if you saw Alberto Moreno after the Villarreal win in the Europa League.
No, I haven't seen that.
He did get out, man. You know, he get it the way I do it.
Really? That is crazy stuff.
He even did my hand actions the way I do it as well. What made it even more for me to realise that he's actually doing an impression of me because he was doing my hand actions as well. That was crazy. But it's crazy that I'm getting recognised by footballers in this country and abroad.
Yeah. It's just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've got one question for you. How do you remember your outro on every TikTok so perfectly? How do you do it? You smash it every single time. Is there ever times where you've messed it up and you've had to re-record it?
It took me a while to learn that, especially at the beginning. When I first started doing my Q&As, it took me a while to start learning it. And sometimes I used to do my little skit acting out video, do that, and then like mess up the last line or something. So I had to redo the whole video.
Redo it, yeah.
I think once it took me 10 attempts on one video because of that outro. But no, it's just stuck on my head. I've done so many questions on that. It's just literally stuck in my head now. So I do most of my videos in one take now. It's very rare it takes more than one take now. But like obviously when I do the video, I'll watch it back to make sure everything's okay, stuff like that. But most of my videos are done in one take. There is a few the odd time I will mess up my outro. Obviously you guys don't see that because obviously I'll make sure I put. I'm not going to put that on. But sometimes I do forget the odd words. But it's very rare that happens now compared to when I first started doing it. It took me a while to learn that, but like I said, it's just stuck in my head now.
Yeah, it's just so easy for you to just it's second nature for you to just say it. And also one thing that you're also very very good at is analysing FIFA teams. I've seen that. How do you know what's so special about that? When it's just the nice mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just did it as a laugh, just for one of the videos. I just said nice mate, and somehow we got like 500,000 views, and I was like, okay, people like this, so I'm just going to keep doing it instead of actually saying, oh yes, Bruno Fernandes, I'll give him 7 out of 10. Kevin De Bruyne, I'll give him 6 out of 10. I thought, I'll just keep doing this. Nice mate.
Yeah.
And I still keep doing it now, and like people literally just spam the comments, nice mate. I have people at my work just wants me to go, nice mate. It's like another little catchphrase I have. So my get out one, and then the nice mate one as well. What's crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy, and now the whole chat is going nice mate. It's so iconic. And what do you know? What would be your like number one recommendation to anyone that wants to start out on TikTok, wants to start creating stuff? Sort of what's your like number one recommendation of something to do? You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. A lot of people have asked me this. The one main thing is just be yourself on there. Ignore haters. Just be yourself. If you enjoy creating your content and your viewers enjoy it, keep doing it. If it brings smiles to your faces and your viewers, keep doing it. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Obviously, you guys probably don't see, but I do get some quite nasty messages. I've had people threaten me, stuff like that. I've had in the comments as well. I just have to ignore it. At first, and there's been times where I have thought, you know what, is it worth keep doing this, putting myself through that? But I think no, I've got to keep going. I've got to keep doing it for my viewers, keep doing it for my fans because they enjoy it, and that's always at the front, if you know what I mean. But yeah, just be yourself on there, and if you're going to do it, don't put it on hold like I
Yeah.
did for a long, long time. Just go out there and do it, because that's a big mistake I made. I feel like if I would have done, obviously I've grown big on there now, but I feel like if I would have done it in the first lockdown when more people would want it, if you know what I mean,
Yeah.
I have a feeling I might have been a lot more out there. I mean, I'm out there big now, but like if you look at like people like Ollie Ball and that, Cal the
Yeah,
Dragon, they've
yeah,
got
yeah.
like millions and millions of followers.
Yeah.
Um,
But
but yeah, just
you see how they react to hate and stuff. Honestly, Ollie
yeah,
Ball he's a character. He's a complete character, and as I've said, not my sort of entertainment for me. But
yeah,
obviously, a lot of people do like him, and I
yeah.
respect everything that he's done. Him and is it Jacob? I think his friend's name is. Or,
Jacob, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It's not entertaining for me, but I know I can see how it's quite entertaining. But even in that, you can see that he does not care what other people think. Neither of them do.
yeah.
They do not care
No,
what other people think, and that's sort of
no,
that is one thing with TikTok is a lot of people are going to judge you. Um,
yeah,
Even with a few of my I remember uploading a TikTok with my dad, and like there was like 2 comments on it, and one of them was something horrible about my dad, and I had to delete it. But you know,
yeah,
it's just stuff like that. It's just there's no point in commenting things like that, because you know
no.
it does get to you, but you know you sort of just keep your head up and you keep going. You know.
Yeah, that's the main thing you've got to do. I mean, I'll get it all the time. Like, I have a lot of comments, so I can't respond to all of them. But
Yeah.
I just scroll through the comments sometimes. Some of them I see, I'm like, how can you sit there putting that? Like some
Yeah.
of them, like people are saying no to me. I feel like putting stuff, but I think no, I'm not going to put
No,
anything.
don't do
But
it.
people like, I keep having the fell off comments and that. Oh, you fell off now. Your content's dead now. And I feel like turning around saying to people, I'm not being funny. You got 30 followers. I got 236,000.
Yeah.
Typed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't put anything like that, because then that's encouraging them to put more and then turn to an argument. I just ignore it, just leave it, delete the comments and just move on and just keep creating content I enjoy doing and my fans and viewers enjoy.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. Like you're gonna have people who are always gonna follow you no matter what. Even like if people don't like you anymore or things like that, then that's their own opinion, you know. Like
Yeah,
they may have liked you before, they don't like your content now. That's fine. But the people that actually enjoy your content and enjoy you for you are gonna continue watching you.
yeah.
And they're gonna continue supporting you. On TikTok and on Twitch, which you have recently started. So tell us a bit, like why did you want to start on Twitch?
I mean, I've been playing PlayStation for ages, games and that, mainly FIFA. And like it was because now I have people who like, basically, suppose I could say, work for me, help me out and that in my socials. And there's one of them, he suggested for me to start Twitch and that. And I thought, you know, I'll just give it a go. Let's just see what happens. And then obviously, it's going well now. I'm starting to earn money off it now as well. My streams are going well. I'm on 2.6k followers now. Like I'm averaging 100 followers a stream minimum now.
That's crazy.
You know, and then if it keeps going like that, I can see myself at like 5k, 10k, 15. You know, it could go even higher. And I feel like, don't get me wrong, the money on TikTok, it's decent, but I feel like if I was bigger if I had that amount of followers on like Twitch or YouTube or something,
oh yeah,
I'd be earning way more.
Yeah.
The money on TikTok, it's not the best. I think it's like 3 to 4 pence per 1,000 views, something like that.
That's crazy.
I mean, I think the most I had 1.8 million views, and I think I got about 25 quid. Compared if you get that like on Twitch or YouTube.
Imagine getting 1 million views on YouTube. You know, that's like that is a lot. I think it's about just over $1,000 if I'm not mistaken, just from 1 million views. So that's just.
That's why I'm trying to obviously grow another socials. Don't get me wrong, TikTok's my main platform. That's what's made me. But I'm trying to grow another socials as well because the money's a lot better compared to TikTok. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you want to do content creating full time, I assume. So.
Yeah, I mean, at the minute it's only a side thing. Obviously, my main goal was to go into coaching, football coaching, and that. But people have ever asked me, would you ever do social media full time? And that is always in the back of my head. I mean, if I can grow on other socials as well, and start earning decent money off that, then maybe it probably would become a full-time thing, and then I'll drop my coaching. But I've got them two things, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So if one doesn't go well, I've got the other one to fall back, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's exactly what I want to do when I get older as well. I want to be a football coach. So yeah, it's exactly what I'm gonna go to uni and study like talent development and stuff like that. So
well, that's what I'm doing. I'll start uni in about a month. I'm doing a football coaching and performance degree. And obviously I want to try and go into academies through there and stuff like that. But obviously there's always that social media thing as well. Like I never expected to become big on a social media platform.
Yeah.
I only went on there just for a joke and for a laugh.
Mm-hmm.
It's only meant to be a side thing, but it is technically kind of like a little job now, if you know what I mean, because I am earning money off that.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, if I can start growing on other socials, like I'm starting to grow more on Twitch now, I'm starting to upload on YouTube a bit more now as well. If I can get big on those platforms as well, then that's a question. Do I need to drop my coaching to do this full time?
Yeah.
Would the money be better? That's why I'd have to weigh things up and make a decision there. Because I don't think I could do coaching and social media both, if you know what I mean. It'd have to be one or the other. But I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. And like I said, if I do grow on more socials, I think I'll probably go more to the social media side of things than the coaching. But yeah, we'll just see what happens.
I'd say stick with your degree. I'd say just get the degree as well. Like you can do content creating on, like that could be the job during uni. You know, that's sort of and then like once you got your degree, sort of reevaluate where am I now. And you sort of just work it out from there. That's my recommendation. But obviously, whatever you want to do. And someone in chat just put Luke Bennett is a football coach. Keep a Letterton and a scrappy girl. Get out. Would you say that to a player? If they let in a scrappy girl, would they be getting dropped?
Yeah. If he was a proper scrappy one, definitely.
Yeah. So do you know what? Because a lot of questions are coming in chat, and like I've got a few on Twitter as well. I'm going to do that before we sort of talk about football and like why you support Wolves, etc. So anyone in chat has any burning questions? Let's not have too many acting ones. We will do a few of them. I will read a few of them, but just ask any questions in chat. I'll make sure to get through as many as I can. But I'm going to start on the Twitter questions. So we've got Ali who has asked, "What do you ask for at the barbers? What do you ask for?"
What do I ask for at the barbers?
Yeah.
That's funny how he's answered that because I've literally had my hair cut today. I put it on my Instagram. I usually have a one on the sides and back, and then just a trim on top. I used to have my hair spiked up and that. I have done. There's a couple of videos. I think there's only 2 videos on my TikTok where my hair's spiked up. Most of my hair's flat, but that's what I have. One on the side and back, and then just a little trim on top.
Nice. There you go, Ali. That's answered your question. And someone in chat just said that's like me. So, Joe, there's been one question that has come through chat all day, and Awesome Fan Gamer is asking, "Do you like candy floss?" They're burning to know whether you like candy floss or not. Do you like candy floss?
Oh, I love candy floss.
Love candy floss. There you go. There you go, Will. There you are. Question that came... well, actually, it was one of my friends asked me in a Discord call to add it on last night. Is there any interest in you going on to next year's Love Island?
I haven't been contacted yet.
Not yet.
But if I ever get contacted to go on there or any show, I'll happily do it.
Yeah, get you on Castle. I reckon you could be on Castle Moore, the one that's turning all the heads. Luke Bennett comes in. Steals all the girls. They all want to recouple with him. So Nozza asked, who is your favourite fellow TikToker? And you mentioned the Smithy family. Is that?
Yeah, probably the Smithy family. Or there's a few others like Ollie Ball. I don't mind him. There's another one. Don't know if you heard of him, Bailey. He's on YouTube as well, but he's on TikTok as well. Obviously, the Smithy family. There's loads out there. A lot of these have got in contact with me as well over stuff. But yeah, they're probably a few of the main ones. There's loads out there. There's loads.
Yeah. What do you make? Because they're having there's an argument in chat on. Do you watch Love Island?
I've watched bits of it.
Yeah.
I watched bits of it. I was trying to do around because obviously most of the time I do my Twitch streams on a night. So obviously Love Island starts at 9. So
Yeah.
watch bits of it and that, but I haven't watched a lot of it this year, to be honest. But,
Yeah. I was the same as you. I was watching like some parts, and then I sort of got into it towards the end a bit more.
yeah.
But I always get bored at the start because it's obviously that none of them know each other, and they sort of get to know each other, and nothing happens. And as soon as Casa Amor happens, it kicks off after that, and that's sort of when I start properly getting into it. So Spud asked on Twitter, "What is who is your favourite ever Wolves player of all time? Who's your favourite Wolves player of all time?"
That's an easy one. Steve Bull. It's got to be Steve Bull. Obviously, I've never seen him play, but like from what he's done for us,
yeah,
you know, he's an icon. I mean, the squad we've got now is probably the best squad in my lifetime, especially over the last couple of years. Obviously, getting out of the Championship, getting into Europe, stuff like that. It's just crazy. But yeah, I never thought at my age I would experience stuff like that. With us compared to where he was like 5-6 years ago in League One.
Oh yeah, it's crazy
it's just
stuff.
Crazy the journey we've been on.
It is ridiculous, and it was like your first season in the Prem. It was just crazy. It was just crazy stuff. And do you know, someone's just put in chat, and it was something that we were discussing just before we hit start streaming. What is your opinion on Adama leaving to go to Spurs? There's a lot of rumours coming out at the moment. 40 million. You're happy with a 40 million?
I think if we're going to cash in on, like I said to you before stream, if we're going to cash in on Traoré, now's the best time.
Yeah.
Because I think his value will just drop. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to lose him because that pace, you cannot replace that pace.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen him on TV, I've seen him in real life, I've seen him up close, I've spoke to him.
So quick.
He's massive.
He's massive as well, yeah.
He's massive and he's so quick, like, them two combinations do not like.
Oh, it's just you never see it. You never see it.
It's crazy, and like the way he shoves players off the ball, and like the way he holds up the ball, it can just get past everyone. And I'm always screaming if I watch it on TV, take him on, take him on, take him on.
Yeah.
And even in the going, take him on. And I think he is that, and he's just always encouraged to do that. But obviously, he just needs to work on his shooting.
I think that's definitely something that he'll be focusing on after that miss against Lloris, that 1-on-1 at the weekend.
Yeah,
really should have scored that.
All he had to do is he could have chipped it over him, he could have put in one of the corners, hit it straight at Lloris. He missed another sitter in the first game against Leicester as well. It's frustrating because I know he can be a quality player.
Yeah.
He's got the pace, he's got the skill, he's got the strength. He just needs that shooting. If he can get that perfect, he can become one of the best players in the Premier League. Well, you know, but what would you say?
Now, there's a lot of questions about food orders coming through, and they came through on Twitter as well. And Bruce asked you, what is your McDonald's order? What do you get from Mackey's? It's where I work, so don't be too horrible about it.
What I usually get is 20 chicken nuggets,
20 nuggets,
a large fries, and a large Coke. That's what I usually get.
Love it. What dips do you get?
Me, I have ketchup.
Just have ketchup. You love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I change every single break because I get bored of the food. So I change all the time what my McDonald's order is. So if anyone ever asks me that, it changes every time. So, and it's just, it's an interesting job to say the least. Ben asked on Twitter, and I've seen Adam in chat asking as well. What is your meal deal?
I will go to a meal deal. A lot of people have asked me this. I'm just standard. I've got as this loads. I'll just have a normal ham sandwich, cheese and onion crisps, and a bottle of Coke. That's what I normally have.
Love it.
I'm just standard.
Just standard. Do you know what? I change with a meal deal as well. I always get squares. I love squares. And a Dr. Pepper as well. That's what I always have. But then I always get a wrap. I like a wrap, but I change my wrap. I change it up. What's like the ideal place to get a meal deal from? Like Tesco's? Is it?
It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter.
I usually go to Tesco's more.
Yeah, that's
than in other places. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the same as me. I think Tesco's got the best meal deal out there. And Adam's asked again in chat, what's your Subway order as well?
Subway. I don't really go to Subway that often. So I probably couldn't really say one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a big fan of Subway.
Love a Subway.
But I'll probably just go standard like a ham one or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. It's very rare I go sub. But don't get me wrong, I've been a couple of times, but I just don't. I've never really been. It doesn't put me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I just haven't really gone there that much.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And Mac has asked in chat, what's your dream five-a-side Premier League team? So let's do current players. Who would you stick in net?
In net, it's quite. I'll probably go Edison, to be honest.
Edison, yeah.
Edison, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with you there. I'd go Edison.
Yeah.
Who would you go? Let's do like a 2 defenders, 2 midfielders, and one attacker. Yeah. So 2 defenders.
At the back, got to have Ruben Diaz in there.
Yeah.
100%. Who else would I have? There's so many.
There's one big player at Liverpool.
Oh yeah, you've got to have Van Dijk.
You've got to put him in, yeah.
You've got to put him in.
Do you know what? I'm gonna go for Van Dijk and Eric Dyer. I've got to put Eric Dyer in there. Yeah. Got to fit him in there somewhere, you know. He's a great player. It's got to be Van Dijk and Eric Dyer for me. Midfield 2.
Oh, Kevin De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, yeah, nice. I want a box to box in there, so I'm gonna go Kante.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna. It's tough. It's Bruno or De Bruyne.
Yeah.
You know, it's so tough. I think I'm gonna go De Bruyne. In there. I think De Bruyne's the better player personally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go for KDB in there. And then one attacker. That's a very tough one. There's so many good. We've got Lukaku now. We've got Salah. Yeah. We've got Kane. It's such a difficult one.
That is a tough one. But I'll probably gotta go with Salah, to be honest. I'll put Salah up there.
Salah. Yeah, I think do you know what? It's between Salah and Kane for me, and the bias of me is telling me Kane. So if I could have last season Kane, it's got to be Kane in there. Yeah. And yeah, I'd have Son on the bench as well, because you know, if you have one bench, let's say one bench player for you, then who would you choose?
Oh, that's a tough one. Only one. I'll probably have Kante on there, to be honest.
Kante on the bench.
Yeah.
Love it. And he did get benched at the weekend, didn't he?
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. So you know, you and Tuchel, both incredible managers. So let's have a look through chat. Let's have a look. Favourite takeaway from Adam?
That's a tough one.
It's tough. It is tough.
I don't mind the Pizza Hut, to be honest. I don't mind a good pizza.
Not good pizza. Do you know, it's different. I really like a Chinese. Chinese. I think Chinese and Indian. I like that. What do you get on your pizza though? What do you get on your pizza?
Me?
Yeah.
I love pepperoni one, or like a meat feast one.
Meat feast.
Meat feast is all. I love them too.
Papa John's or Domino's?
Oh.
That's a tough one.
Domino's.
It's got to be Domino's. Yeah, I'd agree with you there. If we have a look again, K. Michael says, who do you think will be the shock of the season? Let's say in the Premier League, who do you think's going to shock everyone? That could either be doing awfully or doing incredibly well and above where they should be.
West Ham.
West Ham.
After watching them against Leicester, I know Leicester would entertain, but even before, like, they could surprise a lot of people. I'm not saying they could do a Leicester and win the league. Some people have suggested that. Or you could potentially, like last season, obviously the shock to everyone last season, might finish in top 6.
Yeah.
Could they break into that top 4? And I can't imagine it's crazy to think West Ham are even in the Europa League. Or West Ham in the Champions League. Imagine West Ham versus Barcelona. Or something like that. Or West
that would be crazy, wouldn't it?
That would just be unbelievable.
Do you know what? I'm gonna. There's a lot of like this or that questions coming in chat, so I'm gonna create a brand new segment here. Give me some this or that questions in chat, boys, and we will go through. And I'm gonna on the spot ask you these questions. You've got to choose one on the spot.
Okay.
So we'll start with with the one that I've seen in there first. Kane or Lewandowski?
Kane.
It's got to be Kane. English. Celtic or Rangers?
Rangers.
Rangers. KFC or McDonald's?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
This is a good one from Ben. Arse or tits?
Oh.
It's a tough choice. It's going for arse. Jimenez or Fabio Silva?
Say that again.
Jimenez or Fabio Silva?
Jimenez.
It's got to be Jimenez. Van Dijk or Sergio Ramos?
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk. And is Manchester blue or red?
Currently blue.
Currently blue. And do you know what? I'll finish it on this one that I've seen from Nozza. Get out or nice, mate? Oh. It's got to be. It's got to be. It's got to be. Yeah, I love that. I'm gonna start adding that segment in into podcasts. I really think that's quite a cool one. Do you know what? I'll include this one because someone's asked to see if you know Bull, Saint Maximin or Neto.
Neto.
It's got to be Neto. He's back in the
It
boys.
might be a bit biased, but it's got to be Neto.
Yeah. Right. Well, anyone that has questions to do with football and stuff, lucky day for you because we are going to move over and talk a bit about the football, talk about the start of the season, talk about the Euros, and also talk why. This is the first question. Why do you support Wolves?
A lot of people ask that. It's weird because all my dad's side's Wolves and all my mum's side's West Brom, so we have that big rivalry there. And I've just followed my dad. I mean, my dad's originally from Wolverhampton, so grew up all over there. So I just follow my dad's side, and just always supported Wolves. I've been through the highs of obviously the last couple of years, getting in Europe, and the lows of being in League One, playing Leyton Orient. But obviously I've been to European matches against like when we played Besiktas. That's probably the biggest one. Just European nights. I never compared to how it was like 6-7 years ago in League One to like a couple of years ago. I never expected us to even be in any European competition. It was just so surreal. European nights and Molineux is class.
It's crazy. It's crazy how far you've come. And we've seen you on the uprising. We've seen other teams just drop down, like Sunderland, and obviously Orient had a tough time as well, dropping down into non-league as well. So it's just, it's crazy some of the teams' differences from 5 years ago to now.
It is. It's crazy. We was battling with Leyton Orient for the League One title.
Yeah.
That was 7 years ago, and they dropped all the way to non-league, and then we went all the way into the Premier League and got into Europa League.
And you got Europa League. It's crazy stuff. Where do you think Wolves will finish this season? We discussed this a bit, didn't we?
I said from the start of the season I'll be happy with top 10. After seeing the two performances against Leicester and Spurs, I am confident we can get minimum top 10 now. If we can keep that consistency up, we just need to stop putting them in the net. We can put them in the net. We can. I mean, a lot of people tipped us for relegation this season. A lot of people saying...
Well, it was after the back end of last season, wasn't it? Without Jimenez was obviously a massive thing.
Yeah. I mean, if he can get his goal scoring form back, if Jimenez and Troy can get that click again like they did 2 years ago, we could surprise a lot of people. I'm not saying we'll get Europe, but I'll be happy with a top 10 finish and then maybe build on the next couple of years trying to get back into Europe and break that top 6, get into that top 6.
I think it's possible. New manager. It'll be interesting to see how you do. And Nozza's just put in chat, would you rather stay with... Is it Bruno Lage, I think you've got at the moment? Would you rather stay with him or would you have Nuno back?
I mean, from what...
Too early. Is it too early?
It's too early to say with Bruno because from the first 2 games, we're playing very, very attacking football.
Yes.
Like I said to you before stream, I saw stats the other day. 42 shots we've had in the opening 2 games. Only Liverpool have had more shots than us, and we haven't even scored 1 goal.
No goals. It's just the finishing.
Where we are in the table and sitting on 0 points does not reflect how we played in the opening 2 games. But that's just football for you.
Yeah. Someone's just put Austin Samuels going on loan. Is he any good?
I don't really know much about him, but I do think a loan spell for him could help his career.
Yeah.
And boost him potentially for the future, but we'll see what happens.
And someone else has just put, who's the best Wolves player you've ever watched live? So,
Oh,
That's a tough one, isn't it?
oh,
It's got to be a tough question.
uh, that's a tough one.
That's some quality players.
But I've seen some quality players. I mean, probably it's probably got to. There's so many.
Yeah.
I'll just put one out there. Probably Ruben Neves. The way
He is incredible.
Forward,
he is incredible.
like, the way he can strike a ball as well. Like, I've seen it on TV. I've witnessed him score screamers in the stadium. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh,
do you know? Let's have a look in here. I was going to ask you who's going to win the Prem. I will move on to that. I want to get through a few more Wolves related questions that I've seen. So, like, favourite football game you've been to? I assume it'd be a Wolves game. What's the best game you've ever been to? Best experience you've ever had at a football match?
There's a few. Probably one of the craziest ones I've been to is when we beat Rotherham 6-4. 10-goal thriller. I lost track of the score in that game. Like, when I was seeing on the scoreboard, I thought, is that correct? 6-4, 10-goal thriller. That was crazy. But probably one of the another crazy game I went to was in the Europa League.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. I think it was either Punic or Slovan Bratislava. It was one of them. I think it was Slovan Bratislava. We scored. I can picture the goal in my head because it happened right in front of me. There was a nasty injury to one of their players, and I think there's like 12 minutes of added time, and it was 0-0. We scored in the 97th minute to win the game. That was just unbelievable. European night scoring in the 97th minute, right in front of me. I can still picture it right in my head right now. That was just crazy. But yeah, there's been a few.
And I'll finish with this final Wolves-related question. So what's your thoughts on Jose Sarr and his first 2 Premier League games?
I mean, he's done okay. I mean, obviously he made that mistake against us. You know, he hasn't got a clean sheet yet, but it's going to be tough because Rui Patricio was a very, very good keeper.
Incredible goalkeeper.
Some of the saves he made, the clean sheets he got. So it's going to be hard to replace him. I mean, I didn't want him to go, but it's just one of them. But it's hard to judge with the new players at the minute because they've only played a couple of games. So it's hard to say what they're going to be like. And plus, they've got to adapt to the Premier League. But from what I've seen, I think he could be a good keeper for us. I'm just worried about, this is like including pre-season as well, the amount of goals. I was worried about that before the start of the season, the amount of goals where he was leaking in pre-season. And that was worrying me a bit. Could that affect us in the Premier League? Because we conceded a lot of goals in pre-season. But in the opening 2 games, we've only conceded 2, and to be honest, we should have scored.
You should have at least got a draw in both of them. It is crazy stuff.
Because 42 shots, and Liverpool had more shots than you only even scored 1 goal.
Yeah,
it's like that's just unacceptable.
You have, like, obviously first game less defence, pretty solid defence. You've played 2 pretty solid defences, and I wouldn't say ours was solid, but under Nuno we're actually looking quite solid at the back. So I am going to say it. It is quite a solid defence, and that was something Nuno always focused on with you as well, was his defence. And
defense, very compact to the back.
As Alex Ferguson said,
what I liked about Nuno.
I think was it attack wins you games, defence wins you titles. Defence is the most crucial part in a football team, in my opinion. Don't have a good defence, you're just going to concede constantly, and you're not going to even get out the back. It is a very crucial part. So I'll move away from Wolves and I'll sort of just talk general Premier League. Who do you think will win the Premier League? Watching the first 2 games and just all the signings they've made, things like that, and any rumours still around, Who do you think will win the league?
It's a tough one. I mean, I did my Premier League prediction just before the season started, and I'm going to stick with who I said. I honestly think Chelsea are going to win the Premier League this year. The way Tuchel's transformed that team. Don't get me wrong, Lampard did a fantastic job, and when I saw Lampard got sacked, I don't think he should have got sacked really, but the way Tuchel's come in, transformed that team, won the Champions League with it. I honestly think plus they brought in Lukaku now as well, and they got him back. That team is just, there's a few up there, but I honestly think Chelsea are going to pick it this season over City.
Do you know what? Before the season started, I didn't say Chelsea would win it. I said Chelsea would be up there, but I didn't think they would. I didn't think they had that clinical goal scorer, and they've gone and splashed out 100 million on them. Now they have that clinical goal scorer. Honestly, think they could run away with the title.
Yeah.
I think Liverpool will be up there. City will be up there.
Yeah.
And I think there'll be a few teams in the fight for it. I think it's going to be similar to last season. I think it will be quite tight until about January time, and then one team will just go.
Yeah.
And it's normally what you see. You normally see one or two teams just suddenly get going.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the title be like a four-way race on the last day of the season. Like fourth could still win the league. I'd love that.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
It would be. Could you imagine like it's City, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and then Liverpool win on the last day of the season, and the other three all draw, and then Liverpool win the league, and they were fourth before the game. It'd just be crazy stuff. And speaking of top four, who do you think the top four will be?
Well, like I've done Premier League predictions a couple of weeks ago, I think Chelsea are going to be top, then Man City, then Liverpool, and then Man United in fourth.
Nice.
That's my top four.
That's a good top four. I think United, a lot of people were saying they're going to run away with the league, they're going to be up there, I think they will finish fourth. I agree with you on that. I think fourth is right for them. I think with a better manager they'd win the league, hands down.
Exactly what I've said. I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the right manager to win the league with them. If they got enough managing, I think they could be up there. They've got the quality players there. I just don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the right man to win the title with them.
So someone, I will get to that question from Adam in a second. I'll just talk about who do you think will be relegated from the Prem? 3 teams who just can't cut it in the Prem. Who do you reckon it'll be?
I have a feeling Southampton are going to go down.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be tough for them. I think Watford, they're going to go down. I just can't see them surviving. And then the last one, that's a tough one. I just have a feeling like Brighton. I honestly think Brentford. I honestly think them three.
Really?
I honestly think Brentford and Norwich will surprise a lot of people and stay up this season. I honestly do. Norwich obviously got Billy Gilmore, a few other players they've brought in as well. I reckon they can just. I think I'll put Brentford as 17th, just scraping, staying up. They beat Arsenal on the opening day. I know Arsenal not as good as they used to be, but,
well, they're relegation contenders, aren't they? So.
But I honestly think Brentford will stay up and Norwich. But they're the 3 teams I think will go down.
Yeah. I think that's a solid prediction. I think personally, even though Norwich are obviously, they've made incredible signings, and I honestly think they could be very good. I just don't think they are cut out as a Prem team. They're one of those yo-yo teams. They've brought in Brandon Williams, Billy Gilmore. They've brought in a lot of players, but I just think it's just not going to happen for them, and I think they will go down. That's just what I just think they will go down. I don't think they'll be bottom, but I think they'll go down. I agree with you on Southampton. I think Adam Armstrong's a good replacement, but I don't think he's as good as Danny Ings. He's not going to be able to cut it. And this third spot is difficult. Is Burnley's time up? I don't know. I feel like Nick Pope's going to keep them up. I feel like Brighton, I think they'll finish mid-table. I don't think they'll be down there. I think the start that they've had as well, the XG that they had last season, now Morpay's actually finishing the goals, Like last season he couldn't finish. It's difficult. It's got to be Watford or Brentford, I think. I want to put Arsenal, but obviously that's not going to happen. I think it'll be Watford or Brentford. I see one of the 3 staying up, so between Norwich, Watford and Brentford, I see one of the 3 promoters staying up. Who do you think will replace them, though? Who's coming up from the Championship? 3 teams. What's your Championship knowledge like?
I think Fulham are going to come up.
Fulham, they're yo-yo team, aren't they?
Yeah. A bit like Norwich up there. I think Swansea will come up.
Good shout.
Impressive. And I just have a feeling Cardiff as well.
Cardiff? That's a big shout.
Cardiff.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling. I have a feeling they're going to finish like 6th and just win the playoffs. I just have a feeling. But 2 Welsh teams to come up.
I'm going to go for Fulham. I think Scott Parker at Bournemouth, I think that's massive. He knows the Championship. He's not great in the Prem. I've said that. He's not the greatest manager in the Prem, but he knows the Championship, and I think they will do incredibly well. I think Bournemouth are going to be up there. And do you know what? I'm going to go bold, as the guy says on TikTok. I'm going to go bold. I'm going for Birmingham. And, Joe, I slated Rovers in the podcast before this for saying Birmingham up there. But I think Birmingham are going to be up there. Whether they'll get through the playoffs, I think they'll get in the playoffs. I honestly do. I think they will. I think Lee Bowyer is doing well with them. And I follow Charlton as well, so I know a lot about Lee Bowyer. Great manager. I do miss him. Wish he was still there. Adkins is not cut out. But yeah, it is what it is. But I hope Birmingham do well, and I hope Lee Bowyer can lead a team to the Prem. Whether that is Birmingham or he gets another team eventually. I'd love to see him managing in the Prem, you know?
Yeah.
And we'll move away from club level football. And we'll go on to European football. And who do you think will win the Champions League? It's a big shout. I think everyone's going to say one team at the moment.
I mean, a lot of people are probably going to say PSG because of Messi and that.
I think that's one team everyone's going to say.
But I honestly think it's either going to be PSG. I mean, I've seen some rumours that they've been linked with Ronaldo as well. Imagine Messi and Ronaldo in the same team with Mbappe. Imagine Messi, Ronaldo, and Mbappe as a front three.
It is crazy.
That would be crazy. I mean, if Ronaldo did go to PSG, then they should win the Champions League. But I think Man City, I think they're going to be up there as well because that's the only trophy Guardiola needs for them now. Obviously, he had his chance last year, lost to Chelsea, didn't turn up on the day. But I honestly think it could be City's year to win the Champions League. I think they are going to try. Don't get me wrong, I think Guardiola won the title again, but I think that's his main priority, getting that Champions League.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think City will. I think City will win it. I think they will come back this season, and I think this is their season to do it. I definitely think they'll get far. Whether they'll win it, but I think they will. Europa League? Who's in Europe? Who do you think will win the Europa League? I don't really know many teams apart from obviously West Ham and Leicester. Who do you think is going to win it?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, there's a few good teams. I mean, it depends who drops down from the Champions League as well. Because obviously last year United dropping down, getting to the final. I think everyone expected United to win, and then Villarreal shocked everyone and won it. Well, that's a tough one. I won't win the Champions League or the Europa League. I can't remember.
Europa League.
You're at Roma. I said,
Roma have won the Europa League. Yeah. No, Roma are in Conference League.
Oh, in the Conference League.
Yeah, they're in the Conference League.
I thought I was in.
They're in qualifying at the moment.
Oh, that's a tough one. I would like to say an English club win it, like a West Ham or Leicester.
I'd love to see West Ham. No, not West Ham. I'd love to see Leicester win it. I don't want a London team to win the Europa League, But yeah, I think I'd go with that. And Conference League wise, I don't think we'll win it. I don't think we have. I think what will happen is we'll end up facing Roma somewhere along the line, and Jose will beat us, and he will shush all our fans. Hey, it's a Jose thing to do. I reckon I can see him running down the whole touchline, down to the south stand at the Spurs Stadium, and just celebrating in front of us. It's just something he'd do. I can just already vision it. But yeah, I think Roma will win the Conference League. I think if they get past Trabzonspor, I think they will. They will win it, and we might not even get into the group stage. Obviously losing the first first leg. I'm going on Thursday. So hopefully we win, because it'll be very embarrassing on the way home, sitting there sad on the train. I just can't deal with it. So hopefully we beat them. And yeah, let's move on to the summer. A summer that we had with England's Euro run. What did you make of it? Do you think we overachieved? Do you think we should have won it? Where did you think we were going to finish before the Euro started? How do you think we were going to do?
I'll be honest with you. I did think at the start, because I work at goals and we had like a prediction thing, and I said England. This is going to be our year. Based on home advantage, based on most of our games being at Wembley, fans being back and that, I honestly thought that was going to be it. And obviously made it all the way to the final. I went to the final. I wasn't actually in the ground. I just went down for the atmosphere. I couldn't get a ticket. It was tickets to just like.
Oh, they were ridiculous. And you didn't fancy being one of the naughty ones to squeeze through either.
Nah, I wasn't one of them. I saw some of them.
Yeah.
But I wasn't one of them. But yeah, and then obviously losing to Italy. But when Luke Shaw scored in the second minute, I think everyone in this country thought it could actually come home. It could actually come home. This could be our year. And then,
It was heartbreak. It was horrible. And as soon as it went to pens, I think there's a photo of Chiellini and Kane when they're doing the coin toss, and you could just see instantly then Chiellini is one of the most calm captains you ever see in penalty shoot. You watch any penalty shootout he's ever been in, because he's captain at Juve as well. Every single one. He's so calm. He's smiling. He's got a happy face. He's like, we're going to win this, you know? And it was the same against Spain as well. And I saw the photo, and Kane looked nervous.
Yeah.
And you saw Chiellini, and he looked excited. He was ready, you know?
Yeah.
It's just the difference. And I think, I'm going to change the topic a bit. Champions League final as well. I don't know whether you've seen the photo of the City squad compared to the Chelsea squad. Chelsea squad, standing in a line, ready for the game. City, all jumbled up in the line. They're all like doing their laces, like having a drink. They're all nervous. But it was just the difference between seeing Aspi and De Bruyne at the front. It was just like Aspi's ready. He was ready. And De Bruyne just looked so nervous for the game. He wasn't ready. He was thinking, how am I going to play this without a holding midfielder behind me? Which was one of the most controversial decisions I think we'll ever see in a Champions League final. And so with the Euros, did you go watch the game like at a local like pub around Wembley or?
Well, obviously, I mean, when I was down there, I was getting stopped a lot because a lot of people knew me off for him.
TikTok,
obviously. Yeah. So I was literally down Wembley Park. It was just, it was packed. It was nice to get back to a bit of normality, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I was getting stopped. I think the one time I had like 15, 20 phones in front of me for pictures. It was crazy. I was trying to get somewhere. Because we stopped in the Premier Inn, what was on the other side of Wembley Park. That's where we watched the game, because we tried to get into a pub somewhere, but there was all packed. And we watched it in there, luckily. But there was people outside watching from the window. And I was a bit annoyed with what the police did here, because they shut the window down. So they couldn't see through the window. I thought, just let them watch it through the window at least, you know what I mean? But they were doing that. But yeah, we watched it in the Premier Inn, and when Luke Shaw scored that goal, I was just planning when he scored that. I was picturing in my head just being outside Wembley after that game,
winning the Euros,
winning the Euros, and then we go and lose. And then what made it worse is I went outside and you could see the Wembley arch lit up in the Italian colours.
That's horrible. I know. It's just like, I think, do you know what? I honestly wish we'd just won it in extra time. You know, I think even I think with the Saka challenge, that was ridiculous as well.
You
know, I just wish that we went with different players on the penalties, but obviously we can't change that now. If Harry Maguire could have taken the rest of our pens, then you know, wish he could have. What pen that was though? That was a beautiful pen.
I know. What?
But it was the fact that Southgate decided to bring on two players to take penalties. Both of those players miss. Sancho's, fine, it was on target. What was Rashford's? He sent the keeper the wrong way.
Yeah.
It was just an awful pen. And I just, it's heartbreak. It's heartbreak. And I think if it wasn't...
It was.
I feel like we could have won it in the 120. But I feel like we were just defending that lead too much. Yeah. And as soon as we conceded, that was when we were like, oh, this is the time we need to get going now. And it's just difficult. A lot. There's Adam in chat. He was Scottish. So he's just putting Forza Italia in chat. You know, we obviously know how Scotland did at the Euros wasn't great.
Yeah.
And if you go back and listen back with the podcast with David Healy, Scotsman, he was hopeful. He was hopeful that they were going to do well. Obviously that didn't pay off, and in that he also said that England wouldn't do very well. Also wrong about that. But you know, we'll take the runners-up medals. We'll win the World Cup next year, and we'll be loving life. You know, I cannot wait to be singing "Sweet Caroline" at Christmas.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, as well, mate. It feels strange that it's going to be like it'd be a perfect early Christmas present for the whole nation. To win that World Cup. And it's a bit weird because at the last World Cup we come fourth, the Nations League we come third,
Oh, that
the Euros we come second.
Yeah.
2022.
It's coming. It's coming home.
It's all there.
It's coming home. I've seen something that when teams finish second in the Euros, they win the World Cup the next time it's around. So obviously you had Spain finishing second. I think it was Greece in 2008, won 2010 World Cup. Germany finished second in the 2012 Euros, won the World Cup in 2014. 2016, France finished second in the Euros, won the World Cup 2018. England finished second in the Euros in 2020. What's happening in 2022? You know, it'll be great to hold that against these Scots in chat who may not even qualify. You know, that's the thing with England is we do so well in the qualifying rounds, and we get our hopes up. And like in the Euros, we actually played well. You know, we never Euros and World Cup. We never do that normally. We normally just smash the qualifiers, and then we're out in the first couple of rounds. You know, we lost to Iceland. We got knocked out in 2014. We got knocked out in the group stage. To Costa Rica were in our group. You know, Costa Rica went through. It's like it was just not fun. And I remember the 2010 World Cup when we were robbed against Germany as well.
Yeah,
that was horrible as well. And K Michael's also just put in chat, it's the curse, whoever hosts the final loses the final. And yeah, do you know what? I didn't even think about that with France as well. Yeah, they lost.
Didn't think of it. France,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's one thing. And I've seen that we're potentially hosting a World Cup in 2030 joint with Ireland. No, not 2030. It would be 2030. It would be 2030. Because 2026 USA and Mexico, isn't it? So yeah, it's 2030, but because of what happened in the Euros final, might not happen now, which is a bit of a shame. I'd love to have a. Could you imagine like the stadiums we've got? Yeah, we've got the Tottenham Stadium, we've got Wembley, we've got Old Trafford. We've got all these incredible stadiums. It'd be great to have a World Cup here.
World Cup, it'd be amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I appreciate you coming on a lot. This has been very enjoyable to record. We found out quite a bit about you. And we've also found out your predictions for the seasons as well, stuff about football and stuff like that. So, do you know what? I'm going to put it to chat. Does anyone have one more reenactment you want Luke to do? One more. You know, we'll leave it to one other person. What would you like him to do? Who would you like him to tell to get out? Let's have a look. We'll wait. We've had some interesting ones, to be fair, in chat. We obviously had the Michael Owen with a brown bin. That was an interesting one. What would you do if a Adama Traore was in your bed? You're just going to bed and a Adama Traore is laying there. What would you do?
Adama Traore, what you do in my bed? What you doing? Get out.
Love it. I love it. And anything you want to say to the chat before we leave?
I just want to say thank you everyone who tuned in. Thank you as well, Will, also for letting me come on the podcast as well. I do appreciate it. You know, when you message me, I thought, you know, I'll come on. It's been very enjoyable for myself as well. To get to obviously know some of your viewers asking me some of the questions as well, some of the stuff I've been putting in the chat. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I do appreciate it. And if you have any more questions, you know where to put it in the Q&A section of my profile. Or you can DM me on one of my socials. I'll try and get to them as soon as I can, but I have thousands and thousands of requests. So it's hard to get through them all, but I'll try and get to them as soon as I can. Well, if you put it in there, you'll have a chance of me getting to it as soon as I can.
You love it. So, thank you a lot again. Make sure you go follow Luke on Twitch. boys, make sure you do. Let's get him to partner. He deserves it. And anything you want to say to the YouTube before I end the video?
Yeah, if you want to follow my YouTube channel as well, I have one. I'm on 1.4k on there. On the road to 2k. I've started doing match day vlogs, so I've got my Wolves versus Spurs one coming up in the next couple of days. It's going to be an edited. I'm hoping to get it out tomorrow, hopefully. But we'll see. I'll be at the Man United game as well on Sunday. There'll be another vlog. I did Celta Vigo one. Every time I go out filming, I go out filming once a week, recording TikToks. I was doing them vlogs as well. There's some football content coming soon as well. I did record one. We smashed that. We got like over 2k views. What's crazy? Just let pan shoot. I did it goals. If people enjoy that, there's going to be more content coming like that on YouTube as well. So if you go and check that out, guys, that'll mean the world to me as well.
Make sure to go follow him on all the socials down below. Sub to his YouTube. And if you have enjoyed this episode, then make sure to subscribe to this as well. It's very much appreciated. We want to hit 100 subs by the end of the year. That's the goal. So hopefully we can do that. And one last thing for Luke to say. I think we need a get out to end the video. Come on.
Yeah, I do.
Love it. Love it. We'll see you in the next episode.